Hey Church of God, this is Mike Anderson. I want to share with you just today a short devotion that I really hope will encourage you. First of all, let me say that we have been called and we have been chosen. The scriptures say that we are a chosen people, a royal priesthood, a holy priesthood. And it says that we are called to follow Jesus' footsteps, that we are called to be imitators of Christ. And I don't know how you're feeling right now, but for me, being isolated at home and spending so much time at the house, I've put on extra weight. I'm feeling a little sluggish, even a little tired, and you would think it would be just the opposite. You would think I would be refreshed and ready, but instead it's just the opposite. And I want to share with you a passage it's found in Matthew chapter 14, and it's a great example of how we should imitate Christ. And in Matthew 14, it's where John the Baptist has just been beheaded, and Jesus gets the news that John has passed away, and it says that Jesus wants to isolate himself, that he just wants to go to a solitary place and be by himself. But he sees a large crowd of people, and he has compassion on them, and he decides that he's going to pray over the sick, and he heals their sick. And let me say, compassion and passion go together. I'm not a sports guy, but I am a movie guy. And one of my favorite sports movies is The Rookie, starring Dennis Quaid. And it's a true story about Jimmy Morris, who is a Major League Baseball player who joined the major leagues later on in life. And in this movie, when he's a kid, he's got this passion for baseball, and his dream is to one day be in the majors. And he ends up having an injury, and he ends up coaching baseball. And later on in life, his arm heals up, and he's able to start throwing a fastball again. His students see this, and they encourage him to follow his dream. So he goes into the minors, and he's working his way through the minors to get to the majors. Through that course of time, through the daily grind, being away from his wife, and in the low pay, he gets discouraged, and he just decides he's just going to quit. He calls his wife and he says, "Honey, I'm coming home. I quit. I'm going to just be a coach. I'm going to be a farmer, and that's it." And his wife says to him, "Jimmy, do you still love the game?" And he thinks to himself, he just gave that a deep thought. And the very next day, as he's suiting up for the minors, he tells one of his teammates, "Guess what I get to do today? I get to play baseball." Let me ask you this, do you still love the game? Do you still love your calling? And what we need to do is we need to say, hey, I get to breathe life into people. I get to pray over people. I get to be a city on a hill, a light to this dark world. We need to get passionate about that again. We need to get our game face back on. Jesus, in Matthew 14, after he heals the sick, it says right after that he fed the 5,000 on just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. Jesus also said that if we believe in him, we will be doing the works that he did and even greater things. God is up to something good. God has a great plan for you. God has a great purpose for you. And I encourage you to be encouraged. I encourage you to get your game face on and be about the Lord's business. God bless you, and I will see you next week.